A friend of mine asked me yesterday if I was upset with them. She was like, hey, are you okay? Because it seems like you're upset with me. You're not really talking. And I was just thinking, with you, no. With the horrendous squeaking sound in my shoes, absolutely. Okay, so today we are starting our triathlon series, finally. I've been talking about this for months, and now I'm finally doing it, and I'm excited about that. October 26th, I believe it is, I will be doing the IRONMAN 70.3 in Lisbon. Cascais, Lisbon, Oeiras, this whole area, Sintra. And perhaps I'm not the most athletic, I could say, Ironman type person. Does that make sense? I don't do things the entirely normal way, but this is how I do it. My plan is this. I did a lot more videos before where they were about 6 minutes long. And these ones, I decided I'm just going to have them be very natural. And I'll have, for example, I'm biking to the beach today from my house. Actually, you can see the beach from there. I'm biking to the beach and I figure I'll just have this playing on the background while you watch the bike footage. It's just much easier for me. The videos are longer and they're more natural. That is, if I can find my camera. I can't find my camera. So, whenever that happens, then I'll be going. Let me take this off. I'm not going anywhere until I find this camera. I generally can't find this stupid thing. Pat, you gotta get up. Exciting stuff. Oh, it's one. All the time ago. Desculpa, saí da casa também 3 segundos atrás. Alright, it's 2 p.m. The moment I left my house, DHL called and told me they're here. And this is kind of a good summary of Portugal in general. You're either waiting for a package, or the package is waiting for you. Guys, I'm new to this, so if you could please like, subscribe, follow, I would greatly appreciate it. I think I'm at 520 subscribers today, so you will be noticed. Ciao.
Now that I've crossed over from Massamá into Oeiras, let me give you a bit of context about how I usually move around Portugal. I do almost all of my traveling by bike and train. I don't have a car, so these routes are built around train stations and are easy for anyone to follow. For example, today's route will start at Massamá Barcarena, which is that station to the left of me. I actually live right above it, which is why I'm starting here today, but if you're coming from Lisbon, you just take the train from Rocio or Orient in the direction of Sintra. In Portugal, bringing your bike on the train is free, and there are dedicated spaces for it. I'll leave a link to another video where I explain that whole process in a bit more detail. Keep in mind I made that video very early on, so it's not the best. As we leave the neighborhood of Barcarena, we are going to now move on to a different piece. This green shaded area that we're pulling into right now has a lot of significance for me. It's one of my favorite places to run anywhere near where I live, and a place that really stunned me when I stumbled upon it. As we arrive, I want to tell you about one of my favorite spots in this area, the Fábrica de Pólvora de Barcarena. I wanted to include it because it fits really well with this triathlon theme that I have for the video. In this video, you can bike through the valley, run here in the middle, and keep going down to the beach for a swim. It all connects naturally. Of course, that is, if you can bring all this stuff on you. I am not afraid of bringing a little bit extra stuff on my bike, but I understand that many people don't do things the way I do things. Even though this looks like a simple tree-covered road, it's actually the entrance to the factory grounds. Although it's mostly used for parking for the university that lives here now. How does it feel to treat me like you do? When you laid your hands on me. That yellow building you see ahead. This place operated as a gunpowder factory for more than 400 years. For centuries, gunpowder was made here. Carefully, slowly, using the river that still runs through the valley below. Water powered the machinery, and it helped cool things down. It made this place very dangerous work, which is why you actually see these water basins everywhere. It was made to help deter the possibility of an incredibly disastrous explosion. However, even with that happening in the 70s, this place did actually blow up and take 6 lives. Because of this, the grounds were actually closed for over 20 years before the municipality decided that it was just too beautiful of a place to let go abandoned, and they refurbished it. Back then, this area wouldn't have been quiet at all. There would have been movement, workers, and the constant sound of machines.
Take note of this stream right here, as you will see the end of the stream at the beach that we will be visiting at the middle of this video.
Whenever I go through here today, it's strange to think about that now. Standing here with the birds, the trees, and almost no noise at all. And that contrast is exactly what I like about running or riding here. You're moving through a place that once had a completely different purpose, and now it's calm, almost hidden, and it has literally the best buffet I've ever been to. Today, the area has completely changed. There's a really beautiful university campus here, a plant nursery, and a museum. As I mentioned before, there's also a buffet here called Maria Pimenta. This is not a sponsored ad, guys. I'm at 520 subscribers. Hopefully one day, but right now I'm just letting you know that I love that buffet. So I would highly suggest it. Yes, I understand you're here for a run, but maybe go a couple extra kilometers and then stop at the buffet. You won't regret it. If you'd like to get a deeper dive into the history of this place, I'll link a full video below where I did a longer run here a few months back and talk about it in more detail. The history of this place is actually incredibly fascinating. To me, it really is a special place. It's a perfect example of why Oeiras Valley is probably my favorite area just outside of Lisbon. Every turn feels like you've slipped into somewhere completely different. One minute you'll be at the beach, one minute you'll be in the forest, another minute you'll be in a bomb factory.
The way from Massamá to the beach is actually quite dangerous, as just tiny streets. For example, here, a bus. So you have to be really careful. The next place we're going to be passing is one of my favorites. It is a tiny little castle. The smallest castle I've ever seen. If there was a tiny castle show here in Europe, I would nominate this castle. It's incredibly well made and has the most amazing garden I've ever seen. Has a moat. Oh, how could I forget the moat? It has its own moat. tiny little castle. This is all the garden of the castle. And you're saying, where's this castle? It's tiny, you gotta wait. Here we have said castle. It exists. It exists.
But I'm going to be honest. In that video right there, I'm wearing shorts, but this right now, it is the middle of December and incredibly cold. And also, the waves have gotten quite big in comparison to the majority of the months. The beach that I usually swim at is Caxias Beach. Very easy to get to from Lisbon, and the first beach I would recommend if you're coming from Lisbon. So on this day, I actually didn't swim too much because I didn't check the wave report. I would say 9 months of the year I would vouch for this beach being quite flat. Actually, it took me quite a long time to realize that there were even waves here at all, because every time I went here it was completely flat. I love Caxias, and it is actually where they do a lot of open water swimming in groups. In groups, I would have no problem with the waves. They're not intense. It's not the Atlantic Ocean. It's actually the end of the Tagus River, or the Tejo River. So the waves aren't insane. However, they do get pretty big, and I just don't feel comfortable swimming alone in waves. For this reason, I'm hoping to join an open water swim school soon. That way I could just have some people with me while I'm swimming, and I would feel a lot more comfortable. Anyways, in this section here, you might have seen my last video where I talk about buying a wetsuit specifically for Portugal. I decided to add this here as I can see that I attract different audiences, and they may have not seen that video. And there was a lot of useful information about the thickness of the wetsuit that you should buy, specifically for open water swimming in Portugal, and specifically for triathlons. So I'll add that now.
Now, make no mistake, I am no expert. I just feel like I am an expert on routes and different tips about finding places to train around the city. The main goal is IRONMAN 70.3 Lisbon next year for me. And one thing that comes up a lot is wetsuits, especially swimming in Portugal.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so as Andrew mentioned before.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, so we are going to try to go find some wetsuits so we can practice a bit. The water here isn't extreme, but it's cold enough that for most of the year, a wetsuit makes a real difference. It's not just warmth, it's buoyancy, comfort, and feeling relaxed in open water, especially if you're coming from pool swimming. A good friend of mine who does triathlons recommended Zone 3, and he also recommended Aqualoja, which is a store here in Lisbon for buying wetsuits. And that recommendation came after I explained what happened last year. Last year, I bought my first wetsuit on my own. I got the size completely wrong. It was way too big. I also didn't realize how fragile wetsuits are. I wasn't careful with it, and I damaged it pretty quickly. It was a good first experience, but it taught me a lot. This time, I'm looking for something more serious, still mid-range, but appropriate for proper training. I wanted advice from people who understand Portuguese water conditions and triathlon swimming, not general swimming gear.
Boa tarde. Estou procurando alguma wetsuit, principalmente para natação.
Natação, águas abertas,
Águas
neopreno,
abertas,
certo?
sim, sim.
Neopreno.
For you, not for me. I wanted to make sure I asked them what would be the perfect wetsuit for Portuguese water. So please like and subscribe.
E para águas abertas, costuma ser o quê? 3, 4, pode 5?
Para as águas de Portugal, que é as águas, nossa temperatura de água, normalmente 4 nas pernas,
Okay.
3 na zona aqui do meio.
She also explained something that really surprised me. A lot of the most expensive wetsuits aren't actually ideal for beginners. They're designed for professional swimmers, more flexibility, less buoyancy. Mid-range wetsuits, on the other hand, often help newer triathletes more because they provide extra lift in the water. That buoyancy can make a huge difference if you're still building open water confidence. After a successful purchase, me and my friend Chris headed to my favorite beach to swim. For most of the year, Caxias is the perfect spot. The water is fairly flat and perfect for training. Winter is different. Currents change, waves pick up.
So even though there are closer beaches to Lisbon, I would definitely say that Caxias is the first one that I would recommend to swim. That's just my personal preference. And a lot of people see that canal near Caxias and think that it is sewage, but that's actually a river that starts in Sintra and comes all the way down. So it's actually pretty clean.
So guys, this was a very simple video, but if you liked it, please like and subscribe. I'm really trying my best here. Let me know if there's any routes that you want me to check out for you.
My next video, I'll be actually showing the route that I take to get down to this beach. It's starting where I live, but I think it's amazingly stunning, and it takes place in Oeiras Valley, which is incredibly green and an amazing place for biking. So please check that out. Should be done with it in a couple days. Bye, ciao. Thanks for watching. Again, please like and subscribe. We gotta try and get to 1,000 subscribers by April before I lose all my hours. Anyways, ciao.